Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel back. This is the part 2 of the chat module. So in last video I had done some design and header part. So in this video we'll cover some functionality. First of all guys, you need to do one thing. Just go to my GitHub repo and take this folder, check chat box. Also use a chat box inside your entry folder file of your component. So in chat box I had some basic design for a chat message what we are going to show, like if it is sent by the user, then it will current user, it will be on right side, else it gonna be on left side. Also they change your color accordingly, like if for current user it will be of dark, using dark theme, else it gonna use white theme. For light theme, like it gonna use white color. So let's quickly move to our component of chat, move to inside container and move inside index.js. So first of all I'm gonna speak about the state I'm gonna use in this. So I'm gonna use two state in this. First one should be the const, and inside it I'm going to use a message value, like this hold only a string, and it should be set message value for whenever the value should change. So for this I'm going to use use state hook, and by default I'm going to pass empty string for this. Next state I'm going to use I'm using message and set message. Like message should be an array, like whenever user go to any guest user screen, he will able to see all of the message. So it should be set message, and for this I'm going to use state, and it will hold the value of n blank array. That's all for this. Now let's use this both of these state. For this what I'm going to use, like for input field I'm gonna, oops, I have it done, I think. Let's file yeah, there is our input field, and here I'm going to use the props on change text, and this will hold the text here, and I need to, I'll write function for handle change, as we are doing the same thing throughout the video. This read for I'm going to write handle on change text, handle on change, and inside it I'm going to pass param text. And for the camera I need to open the a pop-up that will redirect us to the gallery or the camera. So on press I'm gonna use here handle camera, and for the send button I'm going to use the property on press, and this should be an arrow function as well, and here I'm going to use a handle send. That's all. Now come to the part here for the render item, as I'm already using the chat box component here. So let's import it from the component, and whatever the props you need to pass, it will take the user ID, and it should be item dot send by. I'll show you how I'm going to store the data, so you will easily understand the props I'm using here. And next one is for image item dot img, and next one on image tab. Like if a user gonna tap the image, he'll able to see the full picture of the image sent. So img tab, and inside it I'm gonna pass the parameter item dot img. Let's see inside checked box if any other parameter. Yeah, it's holding user ID message img on img tab. That's all. So I think I need to pass one more props here, message here. So it should be msg, and it should be item dot msg. So that's all. As or you are seeing, like I'm using empty array here, which having 3 elements. So for now, I'm able to see 3 white item here in my list. So as here is condition: if the message sent by the current user, it will display in the dark theme, else it can use the light theme here. So I'll replace it later on. So now I had created the functions. Now let's look out how I'm gonna store the data. So let's take user effect here. Cool. And inside user effect, I'm not gonna pass any dependency. And thing I need to do, I'm gonna import Firebase from my config file. So import Firebase from our Firebase / config file. And what I'm going to do, like whatever the chat we have, so I'm gonna just load all of the chat at the first time our component mount. So I'm gonna use try catch block here, and if there any error occurs, so I'm gonna just alert here to see like what is going wrong here. So inside try block, I'm gonna use Firebase and dot database, and I'm gonna create a ref. For ref, I'm gonna give name of message, MESSEGE, message, and after the ref, I'm gonna use a child. Like what I'm going to do, every child have the list of the chats. Means suppose you have a child A, which communicate with B separately, C separately. So inside child, there will gonna create 2 objects, one for B and second for C. And inside B object, it will hold all of the chats he has done with B. So all of conversation A to B will be inside B, and A to C will be inside C. So for this, I'm gonna use the user ID. For child, what I'm going to do for current user ID, and the next one, after that I'm going to create next child for the guest user ID. And what it's going to do on value, I'm going to use data snapshot as anonymous reference for now. So data snapshot, and inside it I'm going to use let our message should be, I'm going to initialize it blank arrow, then data snapshot dot for each, and inside it I'm going to pass the ref of child. And what I'm going to do, if there is any message, then msg dot push, I'm going to push the item. First one should be sent by to, so it's going to hold child dot val dot message dot sender, like who has sent the message. Similarly, I have next prop should be received by, so it should be RECIE, received by. And in place of sender, I'm going to pass here receiver. And next thing, I'm going to use a message child dot well dot message, if there are any, or if it has img, then I'm going to use child dot well dot img. So that's all. After push all of first argument was invalid path and past, and we'll see it later. Like so, data for each should be this one here. After complete this one, I'm going to use. I have to update my set message states, so it should be set messages, and inside I'm gonna pass the array of message I got here. So just save this, and in place of data, I'm going to pass here messages. So that's all. It's having some error. I think yeah, there is syntax error here. Reload this. Reference dot child first argument was invalid path equal to 0. Must be known empty string, can't contain. Okay, let me see if I have do something wrong. It should be Firebase database, then I have message, then I have first child, our current user ID. It should be CURRENT, current user ID. Then I have our guest user ID, save this one. And it's saying like it's not able to find a current user ID. Let me see why it's saying show. Yeah, I think I had a spell there wrong as well. Save this and copy this one. So now it's fine. Yeah, because it's getting empty value inside child. That's why it's showing error here. Now I have everything fine here. Now let's work on the function for handle change and send message and open camera. So first of all, what I'm going to work, I'm going to use const handle change, handle on change, and it should take one param, that should be text, and what I'm going to it will set the message value and simply pass here text. That's all I need to do here. And next thing, what I'm going to use, if user pass any image, send an image, so I'm going to use handle the camera function. So I think I do not need to write comment here. So it has a unique name. So const handle camera. That's all. And if you move to dashboard, I already implement image speaker here. So you guys just need to copy everything what we have inside select photo tab. So copy this here. Do not cut here. Copy this thing and simply paste here. And you guys just need to change here handle camera. So that's all. Now I have my camera function here as well, and you just need to, if we go to the source, then I do not need to do anything here for right now. So else part, you don't need this. No, do not need this. That's all. I'll write some code for else part here as well. And one more thing, you need to, if you are using image speaker, you just need to import it. So just copy this from here and in about section import image picker. So that's all. Now one thing is remaining, like if I press the handle send, then what are you going to do? So this for the handle camera, just minimize it and I write the function of const handle send. So const handle send. In this video, like if I click on the send button, first thing I'm going to use, like I'm going to empty the message value. So set message value to the blank, and next thing what I'm going to use, like if there is a message value, like I'm not going to send any empty value to our message. So just cut this line from here and okay, paste here. Like after send the message, I have to do this thing. So save this. Now for the handle send message, I need to use my network. Like if I send any message, so or send any picture, I need to update two table, one for current user and one for the guest user. So for this in network, I'm going to use a folder called message, and inside it I'm going to use index.js, and just move to move to login. Copy this, paste here. In place of login request, I'm going to use export const sender message, and this should be export, and similarly I have to export receiver message. So in place of Firebase.auth, I have to give my DB reference here, and the field both of the params they are going to use. First of all, they need a message value, what the message they need to send. The next field they use current user ID, and next field is guest user ID, and the next field, if there are any miss, so we can simply send there. So okay, just right comma for now for this here. Copy this thing, all of these params, and paste here. Now as I had created a database, so wrap name using message, so I'm going to use Firebase database, and inside it I'm going to use the ref, and inside ref I'm going to use the name of ref, and it is message, and after message make slash, and as I'm using current user ID as a child, so write current user ID, and after that next child value is guest user ID, and here I need to push what thing I need to push. Like first one is a sender who has sent the message. Sender should be current user ID, and receiver should be guest user ID, and next thing I'm going to use message, and it should have message value, and next one I'm going to use img. so it is img. Save this one, and now copy this as a guest user should be same almost to this. Copy this, push here. I think that's fine. Push here, and as first of all, let me check inside chat module. Like we have our reference message, then current user, guest user. Now we have the message object here as well. So let's use it, push it inside an message object. So in place of this, like write message and move all of these value inside a message object. Why it's not formatting it? Have I done anything wrong? Now let me see. Copy all of the try method and paste it here. Yeah, that's fine. Now thing I need to do, I need to import current user and the sender message and receiver's message inside our entry file. Also, I forgot to do one change, like inside receiver message there should be message slash guest user ID, and after that the guest user ID, the child value should be current user ID. So that's all. Now thing I need to do, I need to go my network folder and import something from the message, and what I need to do, sender message and receiver message. I think I had put extra R to the receiver. Save this and use this function here as well, sender message and receiver message. So now the thing I need to use this function when user send any message or when user send any picture. So like everything I had done, so we'll start implement these function inside our chat screen. So we'll do this thing in the next video.